In a country where common people have to wait for hours to get a bowl of rice, where children are taught more about hunger than freedom, and while watching a foreign film can mean imprisonment or even death, the ruling dynasty indulges in extravagance beyond imagination. The Kim dynasty of North Korea is not only famous for its propaganda and oppression, but also for its filthy secrets of decadence, sex addiction, and unimaginable exploitation. Hiding behind the dictatorship's walls is a royal family that reigns by terror, lies, and an appetite for power and pleasure. This is not a political story. It is the story of how one family manipulated the entire country to build their own personal wealth and super empire. From Kim Il-sung to Kim Jong-Un, each generation has taken this madness one step further, and the North Korean people are still paying the price. So let us know in today's video how the power of North Korea came into the hands of the Kim dynasty, and can anyone other than the Kim family ever become the leader of North Korea? And how every ruler of the Kim dynasty, after coming to power, led a sensual life and isolated the whole country from the rest of the world. The rule of the Kim dynasty in North Korea begins with Kim Jong-un's grandfather, Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung was not born as a dictator. He started out as an anti-Japanese guerrilla rebel. Following World War II, with the backing of the Soviet Union, he was installed as the leader of North Korea. In 1948, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea came into being, and so did a dynasty. Upon the defeat of World War II in 1945, Korea was freed from 35 years of oppressive Japanese colonial rule. But rather than taking over and becoming independent, the nation was occupied by the two new global powers. The Soviet Union took control of the North, and the United States occupied the South, dividing Korea along the 38th parallel. In reaction, the Soviets sought a dependable communist leader to operate the nation. They found a young guerrilla fighter named Kim Il-sung, who had been fighting alongside the Soviets and Chinese communists throughout the war. Relatively unknown in Korea, the Soviet Union made him the leader of the new regime in 1948. With Soviet support, Kim Il-sung swiftly disposed of his rivals, gained control of the army and the Korean Workers' Party, and began building a personality cult. His statues were erected. Every house had his face. He was no longer a leader. He turned into a living god. In 1950, Kim Il-sung invaded South Korea, starting the Korean War. Although the war ended in a stalemate in 1953, it only strengthened his control. Over the ensuing decades, he rebuilt North Korea as a totalitarian state with absolute dominance over thought, speech, and even belief. In the 1970s, Kim Il-sung began planning something the world had not yet seen in a communist country: hereditary succession. He gradually placed his son Kim Jong-il in top positions and eventually declared him heir apparent. As a leader, Kim Il-sung established a system of absolute control. He preached equality, but secretly plundered the nation's wealth. His people were poor, but he built grand palaces, brought in luxury goods, and created a royal lifestyle for himself and his relatives. This was the beginning of a regime that told the people one thing, but did the exact opposite behind closed doors. Although little was publicly known, defectors later confirmed that Kim Il-sung had multiple mistresses and possibly children outside of his marriages. This activity, which was kept private, provides an early insight into how the leadership used women for personal gratification. Some believe that the initial concept of the pleasure squad was formed during his reign, though it was later institutionalized during the reign of his son. He surrounded himself with loyal people, silenced his critics, and established a new culture in which the leader could do whatever he wanted, and no one dared to ask why it was being done. His image was everywhere. His face could not be challenged, and his whims were untested. The revolution had given birth to a king. When Kim Jong-un's grandfather, Kim Il-sung, passed away in 1994, control of North Korea fell into the hands of Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il. When Kim Jong-il took power, all changed. He was different from his father. He was fond of movies, fashion, alcohol, and Western luxuries. Even before he officially became the leader, he had begun building his fantasy world full of women, alcohol, and wealth. He was such a promiscuous person that as soon as he woke up in the morning, he wanted a girl near him, and after waking up, he used to have fun with that girl. According to people, Kim Jong-il was such a lustful person that he wanted a new girl every day after waking up. If he has had fun with a girl once, he never looks at her again. That is why Kim Jong-il developed a squad that is commonly known today as the Pleasure Squad, or Gippumjo. It was an elite, secret unit of young women, specially selected for the entertainment and pleasure of the leader and his high-ranking officers. The squad had three components: those who danced and sang music, those who gave massages, and those who were used for sex. Some of the girls were in their teens when they were kidnapped from their homes. He built private resorts, palaces, and recreation rooms beneath the palace. His personal collection included over 20,000 foreign films. He imported luxury wine, French cognac, caviar, and exotic automobiles. While millions of North Koreans were starving in the 1990s, Kim Jong-il continued to revel behind the palace walls. He even kidnapped a famous South Korean actress and her director husband for his own amusement. Kim Jong-il had many mistresses and perhaps as many as 20 children. His life was kept secret from the people. But later, the people who escaped saw the truth. He was not a leader of the people. He was a king who kept committing atrocities while silently killing his subjects. In 2011, when Kim Jong-il died, his youngest son Kim Jong-Un took his place. Most people were shocked. He was young and unknown, but he soon showed that he was more ruthless than anyone expected. Kim Jong-un studied in Switzerland under a pseudonym. There he was introduced to Western ways, basketball, fast food, and designer labels. He took all of these with him when he returned to North Korea. Like his father, Kim Jong-un continued to use the pleasure squad. Girls were also selected, trained, and sent to secluded villas to please the leader. Some suggest that they lived in seclusion, with little freedom to go out or speak freely. They built extravagant secret resorts, stocked with foreign liquor, high-end furniture, and expensive entertainment. Today, on one hand, the people of North Korea are dying of hunger, while on the other hand, Kim Jong-un roams around in a car worth millions, spends millions of dollars on his security, calls chefs from abroad for his food. Not only does he have sex with the girls from the pleasure squad, but if he likes a girl while out and about, he picks her up and brings her to his bed. No matter what he does to the people of his country, people can never say anything to him because people are afraid of him, and they know that if they say even one word against Kim Jong, those words will probably be his last words. Kim Jong-un also reportedly had his uncle killed because he criticized his spending on women and luxuries. His wife Ri Sol-ju used to be a singer and cheerleader, but she would disappear from public view for months, leading to speculation about other women in the leader's close circle. Under his rule, the nation became isolated, but the palace walls grew thicker, more opulent, and more sinister. Restrictions never stopped the luxury from pouring in. Silk underwear, fine wines, and Swiss watches still find their way into the closed world of the Kim clan. While the Kim family lives like kings and queens, North Koreans suffer every day. In the countryside, many people still lack proper food and electricity. Children grow up and never know what freedom is. They are taught to worship the Kim family as gods, but they never know the truth. During the famine of the 1990s, also known as the Hard March, about 3 million people starved and died. Even today, the country is in a constant state of food shortage. But while ordinary people are struggling just to survive, the ruling class has it all: steak dinners, European wines, etc. The money spent on the Kim's lifestyle does not come from legitimate work. They result from illegal arms sales, forced labor, and smuggling. Thousands of North Koreans are sent to work in dangerous conditions in Russia, China, and Africa, and their wages go straight into the regime's coffers. Women are the biggest victims. Not only are they denied autonomy, but others are taken at a young age and forced to live lives they never wanted, all to satisfy the influential men at the top. The entire nation has been turned into a machine, designed to protect one family and satisfy their infinite hunger for pleasure and dominance. North Korea isn't just a dictatorship. It's a royal court based on fear, deception, and lust. For more than 75 years, the Kim dynasty has dominated every aspect of life in the country, from what people eat, what they believe, or what they think of their rulers. But beneath their glossy pictures and military parades lurks a dark reality, a world of concubines, extravagance, secret palaces, and secret units of women forced to entertain the ruling elite. From Kim Il-sung to Kim Jong-un, every leader has exploited the country not to serve the people, but to serve themselves. And so, while the people suffer silently, the Kim regime indulges in luxury. Fear protects their powers, their entertainment is paid for by the poor, and their secrets are hidden behind walls that no one dares violate. This is not just a story of dictatorship. This is the story of a family that took over a country, stole money from its people, enslaved their minds, and built an empire of cruelty under the guise of revolution. The world may remain silent, but history will not. The question is, will the people of North Korea ever be able to write their own future, Or will they always live in the shadow of the lust and greed of their rulers? Let us know in the comments below if you have enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe our channel for more interesting videos. Goodbye.